Have you ever stopped and wondered how all your different apps and websites just work together? You know how they seem to magically talk to each other? Well, it's definitely not magic. It's actually a hidden engine that powers pretty much everything we do online. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly what it is.
Okay, think about this for a second. You go to a travel site, right? You type in where you want to go, and boom, suddenly you've got options from United, Delta, American, you name it, all popping up instantly. Now, that one website doesn't own all those airlines, so how in the world is it getting all that real-time info from so many different places all at the same time?
Well, the solution is this incredible technology that acts like a secret messenger, or maybe a universal translator for the entire digital world.
And there it is. The answer is the API. This little three-letter acronym stands for Application Programming Interface, and honestly, it's the real key to how our modern, super-connected world actually functions.
So what exactly is an API? I know, the name sounds super technical, maybe a little intimidating, but the core idea is actually surprisingly simple.
At its heart, an Application Programming Interface, or API, is really just a set of rules. Think of it as a predefined way for different computer programs to talk to one another. It's the part of the software that's under the hood, allowing all this machine-to-machine communication to happen.
Here's a really simple way to think about it. You already know what a user interface, or UI, is. That's the screen, the buttons, everything that lets you, a person, talk to a computer. Well, an API is what lets a computer talk to another computer, totally behind the scenes, without any human help.
And I absolutely love this metaphor. For software developers, APIs are basically like Lego bricks. Instead of having to build every single little feature from scratch, they can just grab a pre-built component like a payment system or a mapping tool and simply snap it right into their application. As you can imagine, this speeds up innovation like crazy.
You know, it's funny. While web APIs feel like this super modern invention, the core idea is almost as old as computing itself. The concept started taking shape back in the 1940s. The term was officially coined in '68, but it was really the internet boom in the 2000s that turned them into the universal tool that they are today.
So, how does this all work in practice? Let's walk through a real-world example that I guarantee you've experienced 100 times: paying for something online.
Okay, so you're on a website, you click Pay with PayPal. What happens next is that the website sends a secure request, that's the API call, over to PayPal's system. The API is the messenger that carries that request. Then PayPal's server checks your info, validates it, and sends a confirmation response back through that same API. Finally, the API delivers that confirmation to the website and your purchase is complete. And the best part is, the website never even had to see your sensitive financial data. So in this way, you can think of the API as a kind of contract. It's a formal agreement that spells out exactly how two systems are going to interact, what questions they're allowed to ask, and what the answers have to look like. This ensures everything works predictably, and more importantly, securely.
And this whole request and response thing isn't just for payments. I mean, once you start looking for it, you realize APIs are absolutely everywhere, powering the services you use every single day. For instance, every single time you see a login with Google button, yep, that's an API at work. The website is using Google's API to confirm it's you, so you don't have to create yet another password you're just going to forget.
Your map app is basically a giant mashup of different APIs. The map itself might come from one API, the live traffic data comes from another, and all the local businesses populating the map come from a third. It's all stitched together seamlessly.
Or how about when a website shows a live, updating grid of its latest Instagram posts? That's the website using Instagram's API to pull that content directly onto its own page in real time.
And it's not just in the digital world. The entire Internet of Things runs on APIs. It's how your smart fridge can talk to a recipe app, or how you can control your thermostat from your phone when you're halfway across the country.
So what all this really shows us is that APIs aren't just some technical, nerdy tool. They are a massive driver of modern business and innovation. They've totally changed how companies are built and how they operate.
For one, they accelerate innovation by letting developers use those Lego bricks we talked about instead of starting from zero. They let totally different systems connect, which breaks down those pesky data silos inside companies. They even let businesses make money off their data by selling access to it through an API. And crucially, they improve security because they act as a controlled gateway, hiding all the complex and sensitive inner workings of a system from the outside world.
And companies are really strategic about this. You've got your public APIs like Google Maps, which are open for any developer in the world to use.
Then there are partner APIs, which are more restricted, like how Uber lets certain partner apps order a ride directly for their customers. And finally, you have private APIs, which are just for internal use, helping a big company's own software systems all talk to each other. This strategic use of APIs has created something totally new, a global API economy, where digital services and capabilities are themselves the products being bought and sold.
And if you want to understand the sheer scale of this economy, just look at this number. $65 billion. That was the recent valuation of Stripe, a company whose entire business was built on creating one simple, powerful API for processing payments. That's the power of this model.
So, at the end of the day, APIs are the invisible threads weaving our digital world together, that connect our apps, our devices, and our data into the seamless experiences that we all just expect now. And as our world gets even more connected, the real question is, what will they connect next?